Hi, Beck Mac here at the Museum of Brisbane, still in the City of the Sun, and I am with Kinley Gray, who has created a work that literally is about the sun itself. How are you, Kinley?
Very well. How are you?
I'm really good, and I'm so excited to see science to be core and central to an incredible art project, an art piece of work. Can you talk us through, first of all, what this work is about in relationship to the themes?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when I was approached for this exhibition, the question was, what's Brisbane's image? What does Brisbane look like? And that stumped me, if I'm going to be honest. I've lived here for a number of years and I didn't know. But what my feeling from Brisbane is really the heat and the humidity. So I was like, how do I make that, which you can't see? How do I make you be able to see that? So I borrowed a technique that's a very old technique. It was made in the 1800s called schlieren imaging, which is essentially using the natural properties of light and how it refracts through different densities in the air to basically make the heat off your skin visible. So you can literally see, Beck, how hot you are in this work.
Smoking, babe, smoking. Let me tell you.
Let's try it out. Go on. Let's see.
What if it doesn't heat up? Then my secret's out.
Problems. Everyone has to.
It's all smoke and mirrors. No.
Well, anyway.
I'm really, I love your ambition about actually exploring what heat is and how it's produced. As scientific research and process being part of your practice?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't claim to know much about science, to be honest, because I like to approach it in a really sort of poetic way. Like, the sciences are really great for helping us understand the world around us. So are many other things in life. So I like to take these scientific principles and think, what can this show us? What can this show us? So if I'm built this apparatus so you can see the heat of your skin, what is that telling you, and what can that show you about how you live in the world and how you operate?
And unseen forces.
Yeah. Lots of magic. Yeah. That's the secret. Yes. Not science.
Now, let's test this out. Can you just quickly explain to us a little bit about the science, and then I want to see how hot I really am.
Okay, quick crash course. This is a parabolic mirror. You would find one in a telescope. In this little magic case here, we've got a regular camcorder, nothing special about it, and we've got a little LED light that comes through a coloured filter. The colour is just for prettiness. It doesn't do anything scientific. Yes. We've got a little razor blade there to help cut some of the light off too, which just really culminates. And the camcorder goes to the TV. All that's doing, when you're not standing in the way, no, you're right. All that's doing is enlarging the image for us. Okay. So the camcorder and the TV are just helping us see something that's small. Yes. Basically, light comes from the box, hits the mirror, comes back into here, and we've got a perfect image of the light reflected, focused from the mirror. And as I was saying before, the heat of our skin refracts the light ever so slightly, so small that you normally can't really see it, but sometimes you can. If you've ever been at the petrol station and late afternoon, the sun comes through the petrol fumes and you'll see them waving on the ground. Yes. Same thing about hot road wavy lines. It's all the same thing. It's just light refracting through air of different densities. Yes. So, anything affects that. Heat, the composition of the air, like petrol fumes, whatever. So, yeah, and then I just blown it up on the TV so you can interact with your own heat.
With your own heat. Wow, it's hot. No. There's so many puns here, it's endless. Now, so should we give it a go?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's see how hot you really are.
But what if I'm not hot at all? I'm terrified. All right, here we go. Do I do that? Oh, okay. I can actually see. Oh, there's ripples of heat. Oh, wow. Okay, thank goodness I'm hot, because I would have been devastated if there was no heat going on. That is so beautiful, though, too. It's almost like an imprint of your energy in the universe. Yeah. Like, it's kind of mystical.
Energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it, literally is an imprint of your energy in a very science way.
And what has been the response? Have you sort of spied in and watched people interact without them knowing?
All the time.
Really?
I love eavesdropping. No, I'm kidding. I think the interaction's been good. I think at first people really struggle to know sort of what to do or how to do it. It is a very sensitive work, so there's a lot of boring rules like don't touch the mirror and things like that. But I think on the whole, people have been very excited and maybe a little astounded that, I'm not using any NASA technologies or anything like that. It's literally a mirror and light, and that's just the behavior of light. And all I did was sort of draw attention to it, so I didn't invent anything here. Yes. Yeah.
And so to the greatest show, The City in the Sun, it does. Light is present in nearly every form in all the pieces of work. For you personally, what have you sort of garnered from being present in the room with all these other pieces?
I think I've really enjoyed seeing how other artists have responded to, the concept of the show. And like you said, light comes up a lot. And particularly, if you look at like Holly Anderson's work, like blinding light, and how do you put that in a visible thing? There seems to be a lot of these junctures between visible and invisible. And like in Rachel Serra's work, there's the, perspective shifts there of like what was once a very not necessarily invisible, but not thought about perspective, and now like combining perspectives of First Nations people and colonizers, and like of how we built this city. So there's a lot of, what is visible, who's made it visible, and how does that matter, and how does that affect where we are and where we're going.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I love this. I love science on many levels. I'm dating a scientist at the moment, FYI.
That's not what you said earlier.
Whoops. And thanks so much for your time again. This is great. So come in and have a go and see how hot you really are. Thanks.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Exactly.